It's Friday, the 8th of July, 2022. Welcome to the Fast Five by Fear and Greed, where we give you the top 5 business stories you need to know in just 5 minutes. I'm Michael Thompson, and good morning, Sean Aylmer.
Good morning, Michael. You've got a real bounce in your voice this morning.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. You know why, Sean?
It's a Friday.
It's Friday. That's exactly right. And we have 5 big news stories to get through now in 5 minutes. Let's jump into it. Story number 1 is a pretty serious story, to be honest, Sean, because the Australian health system is under strain with the third Omicron wave hitting the economy, triggering a surge in hospitalisations, and now a decision to offer a 4th shot for people over the age of 30.
Yes, the latest variant is even more transmissible and infectious than earlier variants of Omicron. Those ones drove the surge in cases over summer. Federal Health Minister Mark Butler said that people who have been fully vaccinated or had COVID-19 were still susceptible to the latest variant. While hospitalisation numbers are still below January's peak, they are rising quickly. There's now 3,800 patients in hospital with COVID-19. That's up about 1,000 over the past few weeks. There's been a 14% jump in intensive care patients in the past 10 days. The federal government's already open to providing more support around the cost of drugs and helping hospitals out. Yesterday, Canberra said all Australians aged 30 and over will have access to a second COVID-19 booster shot. That would be the 4th jab overall from Monday. That means 7.4 million people will be able to book in for a 4th vax. The actual advisory group is recommending people between the ages of 50 and 64 have it, and then those between 30 and 49 have that option. And also, Michael, did you know there's about 5 million eligible Australians who still haven't received their 3rd booster dose?
All right, on to story number 2, Sean. The federal government has given one of its strongest indications yet that it's working to get closer to Beijing, with Foreign Minister Penny Wong saying that she's open to engaging with her Chinese counterpart.
She was speaking as she arrived for a G20 ministerial meeting in Bali yesterday, where she may meet with Chinese Foreign Minister Wang Yi. She said it was in the interests of both Australia and China to stabilise the relationship. Australian ministers remain open to engage, she said, and she commended the fact that Mr. Huang will be meeting the US Secretary of State Antony Blinken in the next 24 hours or so. Now, if a meeting between Mr. Huang and Senator Wong takes place, it'll be the first one since 2019.
All right, story number 3. The new owner of Crown Resorts, Blackstone, have ousted the current CEO, Steve McCann, replaced him with veteran gaming executive Kieran Carruthers. But Sean, the money.
Yes. So Mr. Carruthers is a veteran. He's run casinos in Southeast Asia, Philippines, Las Vegas. He's currently the chief operating officer at Wynn Macau. We expected that Blackstone would do something like this. Mr. McCann has only had this job for 12 months or so. Previously, he ran Lend-Lease. When he did the deal, he did a very good deal. It's been a very profitable year for him, including his sign-on bonus and options, which vested when Blackstone bought Crown. Mr. McCann made around $12 million for the year. Incredible. A great lover of thoroughbreds, Mr. McCann. Maybe he can spend it buying horses.
I suspect you can probably buy a couple of horses with that, Sean. Now, story number 4, Australia's trade surplus hit a record level in May thanks to a big surge in exports. But how about this? Coal has replaced iron ore as the country's single most valuable commodity.
That's right. The actual value of coal exports in May was $14.7 billion. Iron ore was $14.5 billion. That's the first time in 13 years that coal has surpassed iron ore in value terms. It's quite an incredible month. The surplus came in at $16 billion. That's the highest ever and well above expectations. Mostly it was because exports jumped by about 9.5%. That's all that coal that we're selling. The good thing is that imports also rose. They jumped by about 6%, and that suggests there's plenty of activity in the economy.
All right, on to story number 5 now. Sean, our last one. UK Prime Minister Boris Johnson last night resigned following months of pressure. He succumbed after more than 50 members of his government resigned, undermining his authority and really removing his ability to govern.
The final straw appeared to be his newly appointed Chancellor, Nadhim Zahawi, who only got the job on Tuesday, publicly calling on him to quit. Mr. Johnson's political career, which included a period as Mayor of London, will be remembered for his success in leading the Vote Leave campaign to exit the European Union in 2016 and for his general election victory in 2019. But, Michael, just as prominent will be his role in Partygate, whereby in the midst of COVID lockdowns, Mr. Johnson and his Conservative colleagues hosted dozens of parties. That really was the beginning of the end for Mr. Johnson, and covering UK politics will never be the same.
Yeah, it certainly won't be. There we go, the top 5 business stories in 5 minutes. Thank you, Sean.
Thank you, Michael.
It's Friday, the 8th of July, 2022. Remember to hit follow on the podcast, and if 5 minutes isn't enough for you, you can find our longer daily show called Fear and Greed wherever you listen to podcasts. I'm Michael Thompson, and that was the Fast Five by Fear and Greed. Have a great day.